news, CBN proposes unclaimed monies in dormant accounts to be invested in Treasury bills. Kogi State APC governorship to hold direct primary as Edward Onoja and others withdraw from race. A Moroccan court increases the jail sentence handed down against 3 men convicted of child rape. Djokovic crashes out of the last 16 of Monte Carlo Masters. And this is MLC TV's Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja. I am Mono Balagwe. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Central Bank of Nigeria has proposed that banks should transfer funds in accounts that have been dormant for up to 10 years into a trust fund account. This is contained in the recently released exposure draft of guidelines on the management of dormant accounts, unclaimed balances, and other financial assets in banks and other financial institutions in Nigeria. A circular accompanying the exposure draft stated that the guideline was in response to requests from banks and other stakeholders for the CBN to clarify the procedures for the management of dormant and inactive accounts by banks in Nigeria. The circular, which was signed by the Director of Financial Policy and Regulation Department of the Apex Bank, Chibuzo FOB, also called for inputs which should be sent within 3 weeks. The draft states that banks and other financial institutions are expected to transfer all unclaimed funds into an unclaimed balances trust fund pool account, which will be domiciled at the CBN. The CBN said the balances will be invested in government securities like Treasury bills and will be returned to the beneficiaries not later than 10 days of notice. Muslims have been advised to be of good conduct during and after the ongoing Ramadan to enable them enjoy double portions of Allah's blessings. The Chief Imam of Okengwe in Okene local government area, Saliu Aliu, made a call in an interview after a Ramadan lecture in the area. The Islamic cleric who spoke in Ibira language also enjoined the public to continually pray for leaders in positions of authority to enable them serve the people well. Let's now join Joshua Adinoyi for the detail.
The cleric said, "The month of Ramadan is not just a moment of abstaining from food for a period of time," emphasizing that it also provides Muslim faithful opportunity to study and draw closer the more to Allah. Salihu Aliu enjoined Muslims to remain good ambassadors of Islam in all their dealings.
The Moida in Wahonon. The Anesivori, the Are Jerry, Trefa Korai, Trefukurai, Trefa Badai, the Amadua, etc.
Speaking about leadership, the Chief Imam of Okengwe called on the people to always remember leaders in their prayers for a better society.
Abere, Umuri on Yagini, on Noera Metere. Agua was our Kayame, Ovika, Yashadua. Then the other schedule Zenevaze, the Nigeria, the Kugianon, the Tibiranon do thing. So the are Jari Pataki, Yamadua, Yamadua, every car for the causes, Karene, as our Coviono. And another Kayame, Yashadu Yapazai, Yamadua, Umuriona Kugu, also Wame, Umuriona walk, Domo.
Muslim faithfuls in the area appreciated the cleric for devoting his time to teaching them more about Allah and Prophet Muhammad. May peace be unto him. I am Joshua Adinoyi, reporting for MLC TV.
The International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, has appealed to the Kogi State government to make available to the public the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law, VAPP, signed by the government in 2022. The state chairperson of FIDA, Mrs. Lillian Ajuma, made the call while speaking at a day's sensitization of stakeholders in the administration of criminal justice for the provision of the Kogi State VAPP Law 2022. The legal practitioner lamented on the wide misconception about the VAPP law signed in the state, stressing that there is need to realign the people for effective administration of criminal justice. Our reporter Jennifer Odumayo has the detail.
The FIDA chairperson Lillian Ajuma appealed to the state government to give adequate funding to Office of the Public Defender, who according to her has the mandate to ensure proper implementation of VAPP law.
Okay, the VAPP law is a piece of legislation that was passed into law in 2022 by our Mayo Governor, His Excellency Alhaji Aya Adoza Bello. And we found out that even amongst lawyers, the level of sensitization was so poor. A lot of lawyers are not aware of this law. Basically, what this law seeks is to prohibit all forms of violence against persons, both in public and private life. So it's not really a law for women per se, it's a law for everybody, both gender, male, female, children. And for the first time, we have a piece of legislation that expressly prohibits gender-based violence.
The Kogi State Chief Justice Josiah Majabi reiterated that some lawyers in the state are not aware that the law has been passed, just as he appealed to the Ministry of Justice to take a proper look at the law and ensure that their charges come under it. While narrating his ordeal about the sharp practices of some legal practitioners with questionable character, the Chief Judge lamented that some prosecuting counsels have been compromised, hence the need to collectively put an end to such menace in the judiciary system.
I've always believed that an enactment is made to cure certain ills, and also maybe to cure some mischief. And I believe that a lawyer in the temple of justice will first of all look at what exactly this law wants to prevent. What exactly this law is trying to establish. I want to appreciate God for all that you are doing to ensure that this particular law is published and explained to people.
The Director General of Kogi State Public Defender and Citizens Rights Commission, Abdullahi Wahab Zakari, said upon the passage of this law prohibits all issues that are currently on the increase, especially domestic violence.
And this law has been put in place to punish persons who violate such provisions. And I think that will go a long way in minimizing the frequency of domestic violence around us if the law is fully implemented. And then the message to violators or persons who are perpetually working towards ensuring that they engage in these crimes is that, like a friend just did, there is a new sheriff in town. The new sheriff is the law, and the law will spare no one because it's a respecter of no one.
The chairperson of the Kogi State NGO network, Idris Ozovehe Muraina, an executive director, challenged Parenthood Initiative, Eunice Abimbola Agbogun, who championed and sponsored the VAPP law in the state, commended FIDA for their roles in making the society a better place, adding that this new development will ensure the safety of women and children and even those who intercede on their behalf.
For us in the civil society sector, we are indeed grateful that the current House of Assembly was able to see this through, and His Excellency, the Executive Governor, was able to assent to it. This is a history in the making. Like you all know, there are a whole lot of novel, sections in this particular law that is going to really be of help to us. Help to us in the sense that our interest has always been to ensure that the people, especially the women and children, are well taken care of, because we have a very unpalatable history on a kind of patriarchal system that we run. It's an African thing. But this time we're able to have a piece of law that is going to really be of help to help us who are also in interceding on behalf of the women.
So the journey has been very long. It's not been easy, but it's worthwhile, because anything that has to, do with humanity, actually, it's actually, the sacrifice, it's worthwhile. So today, we're happy that VAPP law is a reality in Kogi State. Say further, I'm happy what is happening today, that FIDA has, brought the judiciary together and other key stakeholders to, start talking about this law, because everybody needs to be well informed about the law, starting from the judiciary, those that we eventually, interpret the various offenses that has to do with the VAPP law. So I'm happy, and I congratulate FIDA, and I encourage more of this and other stakeholders to carry out aggressive sensitization across Kogi State to various key stakeholders, the religious leaders, traditional rulers, women groups, every group, men on the streets, students, everybody needs to know what the VAPP law contains.
We thank the Chief Justice for always paying attention to matters that concern women and children in the society. Jennifer Odimayo, reporting for MLC TV.
Benin State Governor Samuel Ortom has called on the federal government to suspend the conduct of the rescheduled nationwide census until it deals with the burden of insecurity and internally displaced persons returned to their ancestral homes to be counted. Ortom, who made the call while receiving executives of the Middle Belt Forum, led by its president, Dr. Bitrus Pogu, argued that about 2 million indigents of the state are displaced and will be omitted, as they will not be in their actual settlements to participate. The governor pointed out that if there was no hidden agenda, the exercise ought to be put off and security restored to troubled areas across the country to enable the countless displaced persons returned to their ancestral home to be counted. The Middle Belt Forum had paid Governor Ortom a visit over a renewed persistent heather attacks in parts of the state, leading to loss of scores of lives. Speaking earlier, the president of the Middle Belt Forum, Pogu, urged the federal government to suspend the census because he believed that the exercise was coming with a hidden agenda. The NPC spokesperson Isiaka Yahaya said the commission was prepared for the exercise scheduled to start on May 3rd. Yahaya noted that the concern about IDPs was a misunderstanding of the census process. The fact that the IDPs are not in their state does not mean that they will not be counted. Wherever they are, as long as the camp was demarcated, they would be counted. The dispute between the Oba of Benin, Oba Ewere II, and Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki over the ownership, custody, and management of the repatriated looted Benin artifacts has been settled through an official gazette by the federal government. An order vesting custody and management of repatriated looted Benin artifacts in the Oba of Benin Kingdom. It is also ordered that the custody of the repatriated artifacts shall, from wherever and whenever they are brought into Nigeria, be handed over to the Oba as the original owner and the custodian of the culture, heritage, and tradition of the people of Benin Kingdom in Edo State of Nigeria. The Gazette explained that the repatriated artifacts may be kept within the palace of the Oba or such other locations within Benin City or other place that the Oba and the federal government of Nigeria may consider secure, safe, amongst others. It stressed that the Oba shall work jointly with any recognized national or international institution to ensure the preservation and the security of the repatriated artifacts for the benefits of humanity, and repatriated artifacts shall not be taken out of the designated custody without the written consent and authorization of the Oba, and upon such return, the artifacts shall be first inspected and authenticated by the Oba before it is accepted and restored to its designated custody. And now to stories in politics. The Kogi State All Progressive Congress members will, through a direct primary, file out to elect the party's governorship flag bearer. Addressing the members of the party at a stakeholders meeting on Thursday, the chairman, Congress Committee and Governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale, said only up-to-date financial members whose names are on the register will be allowed to vote. Those to slug it out at the primary election are Barrister Salami Ozigi Didat, Usman Ododo, Dr. Sanusi Ohiare, Smart Adeyemi, Professor Stephen Ocheni, who are the major contenders. Recalled that the Kogi State Deputy Governor Edo Donoja earlier withdrew from the governorship race. The Deputy Governor, alongside the Accountant General, Jibrin Momo, Asiru Idris, former Commissioner for Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, also withdrew from the race. Also, Banji Jimo, Mohammed Jamiu Asuku, Friday Dachaba and Alima Hafa have also withdrawn from the race. Meanwhile, the state governor has endorsed Auditor General of the state, Usman Ododo. Their withdrawal was announced by the chief returning officer of the APC governorship primary, Governor Bello Matawale of Zamfara State. An Abuja High Court on Thursday dismissed a suit seeking the nullification of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) delegates list for the governorship primaries scheduled to hold on Friday. Abayomi Awoniyi, Abdullahi Haruna, Ruben Atabo, Mohammed Usman, Musa Wada, Kingsley Lona, Gideon Ojata, and Dr. M. Bolufemi filed the suit. Defendants in the suit are the PDP, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), and the chairman and secretary of the ad hoc delegates, respectively, Abdul Ningi and Waman Ogorija. Delivering a ruling, Justice Peter Kekemeke held that the court does not have the jurisdiction to entertain the suit. He held that the FCT is treated as a state in the federation and each state is responsible for the matters arising in the state. Political parties, including the All Progressive Congress and the People's Democratic Party, are set to battle for 94 legislature seats in federal and state parliaments in Saturday's supplementary elections. Supplementary governorship elections will hold in Adamawa and Kebbi states on the same day. In the general elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission declared winners for 26 governorship, 104 senatorial, 329 House of Rep members, and 935 state assembly seats. INEC had also declared several polls inconclusive, while the electoral umpire cancelled the several others due to irregularities and violence. The commission had scheduled the supplementary polls for April 15th, where voters in 5 senatorial districts, 31 federal and 58 state assembly constituencies will determine the winners. The senatorial elections will be held in Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara. Meanwhile, the supplementary election for the House of Representative members will be held in 31 constituencies and in 15 states. They are Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bayelsa, Edo, Imo, Kano, Kebbi, Kogi, Oyo, Rivers, Sokoto, Zamfara, Jigawa, and Ebonyi State. For the State House of Assembly positions, elections will be held in 58 constituencies across the 17 states. We'll now go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
The time as suggested in the motion.
From 31st January to June 31st, 2023, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay, the ayes have it.
Do you know what it takes to lead? Do you understand what is politics? Do you have issues concerning the way we play politics? Do you have reservations about some political mugu? Do you want to serve or be served? Do you want to contest? Do you want to occupy any political office or be in charge of your world? All this and many more are what we discuss right here in the political arena. A program where we trash and arrange, condemn and commend, celebrate and blame all that play out in politics. Do not be told. Join me, Warner Balagubu, every Saturday by 7 p.m. to throw more light on why we play politics the way we do and how we can play it better. political arena, building a government of the people and for the people. Don't miss it. Welcome back from the break, and now to stories on crime. The Police Service Commission has urged anyone with evidence of information on alleged bribery for promotions in the police force involving the commission to urgently turn it in. The announcement was made after the commission set up an investigation panel comprising its staff and that of the police force to look into alleged payments of $10,000 by some police officers to get accelerated promotions. A statement by the commission's spokesman, Ikechukwu Ani, explained that the attention of the commission was drawn to an online story in which aggrieved officers, in a statement by one Chijioke Okonkwo, no rank indicated, on behalf of other officers, urged the presidency to probe the corrupt practices in the police force. The commission stated that it does not sell promotions in the Nigerian police force and will not start now when a deliberate effort was being made to reposition and reinvigorate the force, especially with the assumption of duty of Dr. Solomon Arashe as chairman of the commission. The commission vowed that anyone, however, found culpable will be dealt with in line with the laws of the land, adding that it would not also tolerate any frivolous and fictitious claims. And on the foreign scene, a Moroccan court has sharply increased the jail sentences handed down against 3 men convicted of indecent assault for the repeated rape of an 11-year-old girl in a case that sparked public outrage. The appeal court in Rabat sentenced 1 man to 20 years in prison early Friday and the other 2 to 10. Lawyers of the girl, who is now 12, had appealed after a lower court sentenced one of her 3 alleged attackers to in prison and the others to 18 months each. All 3 could have faced up to 30 years behind bars. The appeal court ordered the 3 men to pay damages totaling 140 dirhams, nearly $14,000, instead of 50,000 dirhams ordered by the lower court. U.S. President Joe Biden will return to his roots in County Mayo on Friday, on the final day of his visit to Ireland. Biden has links to the county through his great-grandfather, Edward Blairwith. The president is due to speak at a homecoming celebration at St. Mordech's Cathedral in the town of Ballina on Friday night. A crowd of up to 20,000 people are expected to line the streets of the town for the event. It is thought that the president will be presented with a brick from a fireplace that is the last surviving piece of his ancestral home in the town. The mayor of Ballina, Mark Duffy, said people were eagerly waiting the president's arrival. Max Downey Martin of Ballina Chamber of Commerce said it was an epic, unbelievable, out-of-this-world experience for Ballina. And now to sports news. Bayern Munich have suspended forward Sadio Mane for 1 game following an altercation with Leroy Sane after this week's Champions League loss to Man City, the club announced on Thursday. Newspaper Bild reported former City winger Sane was hit in the face by Senegal attacker suffering a cut lip after Tuesday's loss. Sadio Mane, 31, will not be in the squad for the home game against Hoffenheim on Saturday, Bayern said. They added the reason is misconduct by Mane after FC Bayern's Champions League game at Manchester City. In addition, Mane will receive a fine. The 1-match suspension means Mane will be available for manager Thomas Tuchel in Wednesday's return leg against Manchester City in Munich. Novak Djokovic was knocked out in the last 16 of the Monte Carlo Masters by Lorenzo Musetti in 3 sets on Thursday after the world #1 struggled badly on serve. Djokovic, a two-time winner in the Principality in 2013 and 2015, was broken 8 times before going down 4-6, 7-5, 6-4 on a wet and chilly day on the Côte d'Azur. Djokovic said the feeling was terrible after playing this, but congrats to him, he stayed tough in important moments, and that was that about it. And now to entertainment news. Let's now join Joy Dada for the update.
Odumodu Black headlines Happy Music Rap Life Africa for April 2023. Daddy Freeze discussed how DNA reveals biological father of a popular Nigerian celeb son. Backstreet Boys singer sued for alleged sexual assault. Welcome to our entertainment world. I am Joy Dada. In Africa, fast-rising Nigerian hip-hop sensation Odumodu Black has been announced as the featured artist for Apple Music Rap Life Africa for April 2023. Odumodu Black is currently on the rise as his brand of music is bringing much-needed complexity and excitement to Nigeria's rap scene. His latest single, Declan Rise, reached the top of Apple Music Nigeria Top Songs chart, making him the first rapper to achieve the feat in 2023. Nigerian media personality Ifedayo Olarinde, popularly known as Daddy Freeze, has shared how a Nigerian celebrity found out that his wife was cheating on him with someone else with the aid of a DNA test. The on-air personality, who disclosed this during Facebook Live session, said after conducting a DNA test, the public figure was saddened to find out that he is not the biological father of his son. Although that Freeze didn't reveal the name of the celebrity, but he hinted that the person is a well-known figure with a large following on social media and slammed the lady in question for pinning her child on someone else who isn't the child's biological father. On the foreign scene, Backstreet Boys singer Nick Keita has been sued by another pop star for alleged sexual assault and battery. Keita was accused of using his role, status, and power as a well-known singer to allegedly groom and manipulate dream singer Melissa Schumann. In the court filing in Los Angeles, Melissa alleges Keita invited her and a friend back to his apartment to his flat to play video games, gave her alcohol, drugged her, and forced himself on her, despite her objections in 2003 when he was 18. She also claimed she has contracted HPV, for which there is no cure and can cause cervical cancer. Thanks for joining me. I am Joy Dada, reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Joy, for that package. And that is the size of our package today. If you like what we are doing, do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV and MLC TV2. Instagram, MLC TV 2021. Twitter, MLC TV1 for your event coverage, appearance on any of our programs. Contributions, comments, advert placements, or sponsorship, please call or send an SMS to any of our numbers displaying on your screen. Join Malachite TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Saturday 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sunday 6 p.m. Women's World, and Monday 9 a.m. The Opinion. It's Malachite TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keeper to build a happier and a better society together. I am Mono Balagogo. Thanks for watching.